So have a look here. Jesse gets the ball. He's just on the 15-meter line. Now, there are two players in front of him and two players outside him, or Khaleesi outside of him. And he tries to go for the outside gap. So he's run 10 meters across the field when he received that ball. And instead of perhaps playing, here's another example, which is even more...
Yeah, especially if you pause it there.
Yeah, if we pause it there, if play on a little bit of the clip so you can see the defenders, because that's important. There are two defenders there. If he runs on the inside shoulder of the 13, passes early, our fullback can draw 14 and play the winger. That'll draw their winger up and there's space on the outside. Instead, Jesse takes the ball and he runs 20 meters, keep playing, and you'll see where he gets tackled. I mean, you won't see any New Zealand player receive the ball in the middle of the field and get tackled, 10 meters from touch if he's outside centre with two players outside him. There's no comprehension there, Jean, of creating space for the person outside. And I think that's where we've got to take our opportunities. There wasn't a try-scoring opportunity, but there was a momentum opportunity. If he'd run straight past, you could then re-support on the inside. The wing could have brought the wing up and put a little chip over the top. There was momentum opportunity. And if we play the All Blacks, we've got to take every one of those opportunities to beat them.
Because it might well have been as well have been a try-scoring opportunity.
Yeah.
Had we run straight, had we created the space on the outside and then
one on one.
Right, well, let's show the setup and how it's going to work. We're going to show attack running from this side to this side.
We're going to bring our defenders in.
Nick is on the side of defense.
I'll organise the defense.
We've got a couple of extra bodies.
We've got the ball.
Elma is our scrum half. Jean is our 10.
Okay, so what we try and demonstrate is exactly the shape that the Springboks want. So usually they have a forward. I'll be the forward for now. They have another forward on the outside of this guy, and then they have a playmaker at the back who's in motion as well, which is usually the fly-off in this case. Now, what has happened is that this guy gets the ball static. He gets the ball, now he gets in, now he starts his run. Yep. So now I go, already we're a little bit on the back foot because the defense can come up and they can be in charge. And now we try and play from here. So now a lot of the time, also what happens, we're still deep, they've won the race for the advantage line, and now we play the ball at the back.
So
Nick, from a defensive point of view, I mean, just explain how you guys feel in terms of the depth that we have.
Okay, well, the way that the New Zealanders will defend is that we're taking, for example, there'll be two defenders, a pillar and a post defender. He'll be the king. He'll be on you, the first receiver. So you go up on the first receiver. We'll press hard. The All Blacks will press hard.
Speed.
Pressing hard. If you play early, me as the defender outside my king defender, I can make a decision to shift and leave X very early. And that allows my player outside to shift as well. If you take that ball to the line, and you have a look at what X's job is very important, and if you run.
And that's how easy the fix is. So if we do it differently, where I actually start my run before the ball comes. So if Elma holds on, I actually trigger. So I start running now.
So we see players in motion
on the back foot.
Now I'm thinking, who's going to get the ball? If X comes and you delay the pass, I don't know whether to take X. And at one point, if he turns his shoulders and comes on the unders line,
you have to
I turn my shoulders here. You make the pass.
Yeah.
I can never then shift onto Bobs. Then my defender outside becomes isolated, and it becomes very difficult for me to help him on that inside pass.
Yeah.
So it's really important that you are in motion, X is in motion, and the player behind the playmaker is in motion to make it hard for us defenders to understand who is going to get the ball. If I move early, so say you play, demo, and you bring it to the line, and I see the player behind, and I shift, you gut past X, and there's a gap there. That's what the All Blacks did when Moody had the gap, because Beale then went right through.
Yeah,
but it's all very well, what we're trying to explain here, it's all very well having the same shape as the All Blacks, but if you don't execute it in the correct space, at pace, you make it very easy for the defender to take a good decision.
Just to confuse them and give him another variation, same thing, you stay with X. So you stay with X, and what I do, defender. So you come defend here, you stay with X.
Yep.
So you're coming up, me, I'm just going to loop around you, Jean. You staying there. This is what they also do.
Yes, exactly. Now that is precisely. But you see then, the All Blacks won't make that mistake, because when they have the king defender, what is really important is that they understand that you take that first receiver. I take whoever the second player is. That's all. So you do that move. I stay tight to you. I should still see you coming out, and I must say, you're the second. Now, if you play, I hit you there, you hit in there. If you go around him, The second receiver will be X. I shift onto X. So, but the faster this is done, the less time I have to make that decision. The Boks are doing it at slow motion with forwards who are not in motion. Makes it very easy for the defender. The All Blacks do it at pace. Suddenly I'm a forward and I make one bad decision and there's a line break and a try.
I think the key is, sorry, X, I know we're running out of time here. So the key here is that we need our forwards to be in motion. We need plenty of options. So I'm the option. I look at what the defense does. I need to make
on my heels.
As a forward, and that's maybe where we're evolving as a team. Because these guys weren't usually in a position to make decisions. They used to bash it up, and that's their only option. Now they have to see what the defense are doing and then make a decision according to what they see the picture in front of them. I can either hit X short, I can either take it up if the opportunity is there, or then we give it to Elton out the back.
So the most important person that you've got to look at is
what decision you make.
What decision I make. So when you're running to fix him at the line, you're running at that gap, you're watching what I do. If I stop, it's an easy decision behind the back. If I'm thinking, gee, when numbers down, I must go, then it's that late gut pass to X.
And probably one of the most important things as well is if we are numbered up, if it's numbers versus numbers, which will happen a lot of the time, then it's important for the forwards to take that responsibility and take the ball up rather than giving it to Elton at the
back. Deeper, because then we
he's under pressure.
So
to
what
take
the All Blacks
pass.
will do here, Jean, is if you do it too early, I, as a second defender, and this guy,
can shoot to me.
As you make the pass, I will completely now shoot up here, and now I'm giving him trouble behind the advantage line. But can we move on to the 3-on-2 situation? And if you just sit out of it.
Outside, nice.
So now this was a situation. You'll take Jesse Kriel's position where he got the ball. You're my defender. Now the first thing I do in this position is, as a defender, I turn my shoulders to buy time. When I turn my shoulders, you attack my inside shoulder to stop me from shifting. What he does is run across. He makes it so easy. We just keep chasing him. No one shifted. If someone shifted, it makes it difficult for me.
Naturally, I'll go for a switch if it's drifting.
But then you're a player who's got some brains. but what he did was, unfortunately, Coetzee didn't come on the switch. So Jean, what we've got, when we say create space for the outside player, you've got to make me as a defender turn my shoulders to commit to a tackle. Turn your shoulders to commit to a tackle, pass it. There. That's creating space.
My hands were gone.
So I think the box on the right pass, structures are there as those small little adjustments that will give them that
one very quick question, because I remember having battled with this as a kid at school playing in the centers. How do you straighten the line? Is it a step? Is it the shoulders?
Just for me, I find it, if I'm getting the ball from Elmer,
and we all drifting.
What's the most important thing is my setup. If I'm going to set up with my shoulders going towards the touchline, my first few steps will be going sideways. But if you want to be for a youngster, if you can set up with your outside foot, because what I do now, if I'm going to get the ball, I'm going straight first.
Two hands
on the ball, going straight first, and that's it. So it's just about, for me, that's how you square up. If you get your outside foot on, because the next foot is going straight. If you got your foot, you can see with the clips, Jesse already is standing, chasing the touchline.
So if I could just quickly finish off by saying that the forwards, every New Zealand forward who takes the pass from the scrum off, so he passes the ball, he holds it in two hands and he looks like that. It's in two hands and the ball is already attracting attention. What we tend to do sometimes is we do that and go straight. Now, as soon as I do that, as a defender, can tackle this player. So even if you are intending to go with momentum, hold it, and tuck late when you hit. Because the earlier you tuck, the easier it is for the defender.
Don't run in here. We will tackle you.
Double
Straight into the world of champions.
Just about to win the turnover.